This episode of Internet Superstar is brought to you by Bank of America, Netflix, the NHTSA, Click It or Ticket, and Match.com, because you never know who's online near you.
They stripped him of everything except his desire. His mission to become an internet superstar. Sadly, he's doing it with absolutely no resources.
Nice dress, buddy.
It's a dream coat, Gator.
Whatever, man. Let's just do this show.
Hello and welcome to Internet Superstar, the only online TV show that has to contend with mildew, the constant threat of tetanus, and a rabid possum. I'm Internet's Martin Sargent. And I'm joined as always in the shed playhouse. Gator, what are you doing?
Man, I'm playing this video game. I'm about to flip it, man. This thing's
press
awesome.
pause. We gotta do my show.
No way, man. This is too... It's too...
What the hell is that?
Sound like you're saying brains, man.
Brains?
Brains is... It's like zombies, man. Does it sound like a zombie to you? It sounds like... Holy shit! It's zombies! There's zombies in the shit! Get out! Get out, undead! Zombies!
Oh my God!
There's zombies, man.
Dude! What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot them. I'm gonna shoot them. They're zombies, man.
Go for the head! The only way to kill a zombie is to shoot him in the head, Gator!
I got them, man. They're down. They're down. I'm gonna board this place up, though, man. Those zombies can come back to life.
Yes.
They can come up.
Yes. Man. Secure the shed. Do that. I mustn't be interfered with over the next 20 minutes, for this may be our most important show ever. Because not only will we speak to the fine mind behind the site manbabies.com, cute little man babies, but also I'm finally going to have it out with my old nemesis, technology guru Leo Laporte, who actually, now that I think of, oh my God, I think he may be the dark overlord controlling those zombies. That's it! That old fiend Leo sent zombies to kill me. Ugh. Well, Gator, while you're boarding up the shed, so no more of Leo's dark minions can come after me, let's check the internet fame meter to see how big of an internet superstar I've become since last week's show. You got it?
I think it's pretty secure now, man.
All right, good. Rev it up. Thanks to my BFF Kevin Rose for programming this app for me. Let's rev up the internet fame meter, and according to it, I am somewhere between the Christmas couple and the Lord of the Sea. Obviously, I've still got a great deal of work to do, but what might help is that all of you out there follow me on Twitter. You can read all the witty and pithy, sweet nothings that I tweet all day long by signing up to follow me at twitter.com/Martin Sargent. Speaking of being internet famous, hey, it's time for a brand new segment called So, You Want to Get on the Internet That Bad? In which we show you somebody who really wants to make their mark on the internet famescape, but obviously hasn't thought it out very well. Let's meet this week's contestant. Dancing to the classic club mix, Nothing But Mammals, it's a boy who calls himself Pimp Master General. Just look at him go. Wow. Nothing but mammals, do it like Gator. Let's rate him, scale of 1 to 100. How bad does he want to get on the internet?
I can't even tell what the hell that's all about.
You can't tell. It's a big fat man.
I'd say he wants to be on there pretty bad. But, I mean, why would you do that?
Because he wants to be big on the internet, and he rates he's a 91. Congratulations, fat man dancing on the internet. You want to be internet famous real bad. I like that new segment. What do you think of that?
I think it's neat.
I do too. I think that everyone out there probably got a kick out of that.
You see a fat man dancing.
You can't go wrong with that.
You really can't.
They say The 3 rules of television are, was it puppies sell things, babies, and fat people dancing. Hey, you want to talk to an internet superstar?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it. My first friend is one of the webmasters of the brilliant site manbabies.com. Here's Chris Truitt. Hey, how you doing, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, excellent.
You're just a kid. You're just a kid. Where are you? In a bathroom? What are you, in a bathroom in your mom's house? Where are you Skyping in from?
This is my bathtub. That's where I'm clean.
Do you do a lot of webcamming from your bathtub?
Yeah.
I do a lot of things in my bathtub. It's just pretty much I cook dinner in there.
Hey, Chris, how did you get the idea, the simple yet brilliant idea of replacing adult and babies' heads? How did this spring into your mind?
Well, all right, I'm going to be honest. It was Chase, Castaldo, and myself. We both have lived together for a while, and I was staying at his house for a weekend, and it comes like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock after a hard night of pizza and video games.
Wild, yeah. Where do you get the photos that you manipulate into the man babies?
Some of them we got off of Flickr. We've had a lot of people. We've had a lot of people submit them to us for us to make them of them.
Does anyone see themselves up there? You just stole something off Flickr and they get pissed off at you guys that you made their family look so horribly creepy?
It's not creepy.
Oh, it's creepy, man. Well, creepy is the right word. It's unsettling.
Chris, when I first came across your site, I thought it was a family album from my sister-in-law's husband. Kenny has it. His head looks like a baby head. Like he's a real man, and he's like 40-something-year-old man, but he's got a baby head. And the thing is about him, he likes to chew on toys too, just like a baby too, man. And he got this real bad lead poison because he had them toys from China. But my point is, man, there are people out there that have man baby heads, real people. You got to be careful. You're going to offend somebody with a real man baby head.
Yeah, I might. I don't mean to offend the real man baby people out there.
Well, has anyone come back on you and said, "Okay, get me off of there, get me and my baby, and put our heads back on the right way"?
We've had one so far. Yeah.
What did they say? What did they say to
you? They said, get it off or legal action.
Those people are dicks, man. I would be so flattered. First of all, I would be flattered if any woman said that I would have my baby. That's the first part. But then if you guys did that to the picture of me and my baby, I'd be flattered.
You know what you should do, man?
You're on the internet, right?
I'm on the internet.
You should print a bunch of those out and take them into those photo. You know, like you go to those photo shops and they have the demo photos that they put inside the frames of the happy family sitting there and everything when they're trying to sell frames. You should go in there and switch a bunch of those out with the man baby family heads.
Good idea.
When you first made one of these, were you and your buddy like, whoa, I think I have done something weirdly important?
I think so. Like, we made them and we looked at them like, this is awesome.
Well, it is awesome, and that's why you, Chris Truitt, you and your man babies are internet superstars.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, my God. You made a man baby with me and the little children that I read Bible stories to. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, Chris Truitt, everyone. Yay. To see more of Chris's grotesquely compelling creations, go to manbabies.com. I want to do that same thing, but I want to replace David Prager's head with Patrick Norton's and vice versa.
I think that I'd like to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
But you know what I really think, Martin? I'm a little bit nervous about the whole zombie thing out there because those things, they come back to life.
That's right. They reanimate.
And I got this, I think it'd be a good idea if I went out in the yard and I took some gas out there and I'm going to burn their corpses.
Do that, because just ahead, I will speak to Leo Laporte for the first time since that fateful day when he did something very, very despicable, creating an icy chasm between us. We'll see if we can work things out right after this word from our sponsor.
Wish me luck, man.
Do it downwind. Last year, I got my zany Aunt Clara an all-expenses-paid vacation to Bali for her 55th birthday. On her first day, she was out beachcombing and found a cursed relic in the sand, and minutes later, she was taken by a riptide and washed out to sea. They found her 6 days later floating on a slab of driftwood near the Philippines, sun-blistered and gibbering about drinking her own urine. I wish I'd gotten her Netflix instead, because now, instead of being barking mad, she'd be enjoying over 90,000 movies delivered right to her home with no late fees. Oh yeah, apparently that curse never wears off because my aunt is homeless now and wanted for check fraud. She's not zany anymore. At least, not in a good way. Don't make the same mistake I did. Get Netflix.
For great savings, go to www.netflix.com/superstar.
And welcome back to my show. Our next internet superstar is the creator and engine of the very popular Twit Netcast network via Skype because a restraining order physically separates us. Here's Leo Laporte. Hey, Leo.
Son of a gun, I'll kill you, Marty, I'll kill you.
Yeah, nice to talk to you for the first time since that horrible day.
At the ramp.
Oh, the shame that you brought on me and my family, not to mention the sores. Sweet God, the sores. How could you, man? How could you do that to me?
You do it to me. Ever since you stole that Sarah Lane from me, I've never... Oh, wait a minute, that was Kevin
Is that
Rowe.
what this is? Oh, I thought you knew.
Oh, man. All this time, I thought it was you.
Listen, plus there was the time that you streaked across the set of my old show Unscrewed wearing your boxer shorts.
I didn't streak. I was wearing full underwear, full body.
Those scars will never heal, Leo. Never. And
I had the Depends on. I know you saw nothing.
I am only going to lift this restraining order and forgive you for your sins under two conditions, Leo.
Okay.
One, after 143 episodes, you finally invite me to be on Twit.
You've been on Twit.
Oh, that didn't count. I showed up for I was one of 30 panelists at the Podcast Expo.
You showed up twice. You showed up
I showed up a week before. I blame you for that too. That was all my fault, but I still blame you. Second condition.
No, you could look at Marty. You have a standing invitation to come up here to the Twit Cottage and not only do Twit, but do Twit live. You know, be part of the show. I'd love to have you come up.
Okay.
Your set's nicer than mine, though, but mine's real.
What? This isn't real? This is a shed in my mom's backyard. What are you talking about?
The day your mom comes to that window and says, "Marty, it's time for lunch," that's
she
when
was here.
She was?
Yeah.
I missed that episode.
And she's going to be back later. It's in the script. Here's the second thing you have to do.
Marty, it's time for lunch.
You have to tell all of your Twitter followers to also follow me at twitter.com/Martin Sargent. Those are the two conditions.
I do want to apologize. Let me do that right now. I want to apologize for that because I got, I'm a little competitive, as you know.
Yeah.
And this son of a gun, Kevin Rose, is he's breathing up my butt. He's 200.
It's what, you and Barack Obama and Kevin Rose, right?
No, it's me, Kevin, and Barack. We're both ahead of Barack now. Kevin's just 50 guys behind me, and he's gaining on me, and I'm running as fast as I can. It's so, and there's a derby going on.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I've heard about this. It seems very competitive. I mean, some of the things you've said, Leo. Oh my.
I apologize. I was wrong. Everybody should punish me by unfollowing me and following Kevin Rose. Just get this thing over with.
You had been drinking, hadn't you?
You know that Kevin's going to win in the long run.
Kevin already has both of us beat in everything. I hate him. He was my protege.
I give up.
It's terrible. Hey, it looks like you're Skyping from the new Twit headquarters. Is that right? Looks awesome.
I am. You want to see it?
Yeah, show us around a little bit.
So this is actually my office, but what we've done is we put in lighting, as you can see, at great expense and hardship. We lost 2 men, but their names memorialized on the door. There's my bookshelf, and my big TV is right there. Very important.
Is that a vacuum cleaner? Right? What am I looking at?
Got the Rock Band ordered. I'm putting in red velvet drapes, so it'll look a little bit more like a bordello.
Oh, you know what I see behind your massive pumpkin head right there? It's the old. It used to be on our screensaver set, the Right on the Air thing. Is that what that is behind you?
Yeah, Right on the Air. That's mine. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here from the good old days that I preserved for posterity.
Speaking of which, I remember way back when on the screensavers we built UGM 1.0. I think it was just UGM. There was no 1.0. It was the ultimate gaming machine. And now you guys are doing sort of like a 10-year anniversary of that machine through Twit.
Yeah, I did a little research on it, and we did UGM, started May 11th, 1998, exactly 10 years ago. There have been 9 Uggams since. In fact, Attack of the Show did the last one 2 or 3 years ago. And nobody's done one since. And I thought, boy, this would be a lot of fun kind of to commemorate 10 years later. And it'll be a fun thing to do. The biggest difference is when we did Uggam, we were basing it on Lloyd Case's stuff at Computer Gaming World. This time we're going to let people vote on every component that we put in.
That's Web 2.0, baby. You got to do that.
Yeah. The whole idea of Twit Live is it's going to be fully interactive. That's why it's live. There's no other reason to do it live except to let everybody be part of it. And then at the end, we're going to give it away. I don't know how much it's going to end up costing. This thing, people are starting to send me wish lists that are like $25,000.
Where's the money for this going to come from? Is this all sponsored? How do you do this?
My wallet is here.
It's all coming out. You're paying for this, man?
Well, I mean, Twit makes money from advertising and donations and merchandising. We have Twit hats and stuff, and so I'm taking some of that money and putting this. I think it's toward a good cause.
Absolutely, and that's so cool. Somebody in the Twit family, somebody in the audience is going to be able to win the new Ultimate Gaming Machine.
And I haven't figured out how to do that. And that was where that whole Kevin thing came in. I thought, unfollow Kevin, follow me, and you can win that. But I'm not going to do that. First of all, why should Twitter get the benefit of this? Enough with them.
Yeah. Hey, I remember that first bounce. I remember the first Uggam. I believe you and Kate made a statement like 64 megs of RAM. That's all you're going to need.
Well, we put 128 megs, and we thought that was way overkill. For the games of the time, it was overkill. No game used more than 64 megs. We never thought it would be anything like that. It was a Pentium 2 400. The biggest expense was, do you remember that honking great Sony widescreen monitor?
Oh, yeah,
it wasn't very big.
No,
it was, I think,
42 inches maybe.
It was 19 inches or something. But then it was so deep. I mean, it was like this. It was huge. And that was like 10 grand of the expense. So I think we can, the real question is, are we going to have like multiple 30-inch screens, or what exactly are we going to do for the video output? That's going to be the expensive part.
All right. How many shows do you produce and host under the Twit umbrella, plus the live feeds? How many are you doing right now?
Well, we do I think it's about 10 shows, and then there's 2 more that I'm not on, so I think it's around a dozen.
But
I literally don't know.
You're at the center of 10 shows on the Twit network.
Yeah.
You're an online
and
megalomaniac.
25 hours of live programming.
You are. You got to be at the center of it. How do you find the time to do all that? Plus keep up on all the technology news. Plus continue to be a good family man. It seems impossible to me.
Well, I haven't seen my wife and kids in 3 or 4 years. But what we do, is just basically turn on the cameras and produce. So today I'm going to do 1 Security Now. I'm going to do 5 Giz Whizzes. That's 6. I'm going to do Net at Night. So I'm going to do 7 podcasts today alone. And I just turn on the cameras while we're doing it. The idea is eventually to make it more and more interactive with the audience so that they can participate, call in. And, I got this switcher. Dave Randolph said, don't get it, but I got this TriCaster. And so I'm going to be using that to switch cameras and stuff like that.
Right. Leo, you've clearly become one of the marquee internet superstars. I've fallen to the level of doing this show out of my mom's shed.
Your shed looks better than my office.
It does not. It does not. I want you to be my Yoda, or maybe more appropriately, my Buddha. What are 2 actionable things, 1 or 2, maybe 3, that I can do to increase my standing as an internet cult leader like you are?
On Twitter you must go and put your name in there.
I'm on the Twitter. Twitter.com/Martin Sarge. I got about 1,500 followers. That's it, though.
Well, you will have many more followers you will have when I follow you.
Yes.
And then, little Martin, what else must you do? I think the key is always content you must create that makes people happy.
So develop talent. That's what you're saying.
That's my nice way of saying that. No, you do. And the thing is, you know how to do it. The key, and this is what we always said at Tech TV, this was our mantra, is, do what the audience wants, give them what they want, give them good content with, high level of integrity. That's what Revision 3 is all about. It's what you're doing. You still do that. You've never stopped doing that.
Well, thank you, Leo.
You know that. That's the key to success.
I think that we've gone a long way in going there by having you on the show today. Leo Laporte, you are an internet superstar, my friend. And I forgive you. The restraining order is lifted, but not officially until I get the real invitation, not just this thing on the air. Yeah, come down. The real invitation. Here's the date. This is what I want you to be on Twit. Then the restraining order will be officially lifted.
You're the man, Marty.
You are the man. Thank you so much, Leo Laporte. Always good to talk to you, man.
Please come up and see us.
Love to. Great to hear you again. All right, to watch and listen to the fine netcasts of Leo Laporte, go to twit.tv. I think I still hate him. Coming up, we'll get some life advice from my high school gym teacher, Coach Cole, and meet this week's Gators gal right after this word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Get it up a little. Yeah.
All right. That's going to do it, man. I think we're good. I think that's going to keep them out.
All right. Oh, and welcome back to my show. Gator, what's that in your ears?
Man, those zombies that I burned, I found this crazy music machine on them and had a good bag of pot with them, too. I'm listening to something called this Radiohead. Sounds like Ghost, man. It's kind of good.
Wait. What do those zombies look like?
Marty?
Oh, man, zombies.
Miss Millette just called. Have you seen Jimmy and Seth?
Oh, my God. No, Mom! I haven't seen Jimmy or Gator. Those weren't zombies. I think that you shot and burned and apparently stole from my pothead neighbors. They weren't saying brains.
Does that sound like a zombie to you?
They were saying games. They must have been all high, and they heard your video game, and they just wanted to play. And you fucking killed them and burned them.
Well, it's done is done, Martin, man. And you know what? I ain't going back to county for something like that.
Oh, God. Listen, I don't think there's ever been a better time to get some life advice. So without further ado, take a knee, everyone, because here's Ask Coach Cole.
I like this Radiohead, man. It's not bad stuff.
Dear Coach Cole, my son spends all his free time on his new computer. He has hundreds of online friends that he chats with all day. You know, I worry about the people and things he's coming into contact with online, not to mention the fact that he never gets outside anymore to exercise in the fresh air. What can I do to break his connection to the computer? Signed, Worried. Well, Worried, you're right to worry. You know, I had a player once when I was coaching Pop Warner football outside of Odessa who was fond of wandering off with strangers. He wasn't a bright boy, and all it took was a shiny object or two to get him to do backflips. He'd follow you around all day. You just shine something in his eyes. Anyway, one day after practice, and that was the last time anybody ever saw that boy until 10 years later when he turned up in some sort of cult compound down in Baja with a bunch of freaks wearing Jesus robes, eating yogurts, and the hearts of live goats. It's a damn shame what happened to that boy. He could hit the hole faster than any middle linebacker I've ever seen at that age. Anyway, you tell your boy to get off them internets. Otherwise, he'll probably end up and headed for a Jesus cult in some dusty shithole town south of the border. Or worse, he'll turn into some kind of a pussy. Anyway, I hope that helps. Remember in life, it's always fourth and goal. Time to move the chains, people. I'm Coach Cole. You can send your questions to Coach Cole at revision3.com.
Thanks, Coach. I found that very helpful. Gator, do they have internet in county?
They got Judge Judy, and I ain't going back to county.
Well, then this may be the last Gators gal ever. Who'd you find for us this week?
This ain't going to be the last Gators gal ever because I ain't going back to county. I did find a good one this week. A little gal named Lauren Pope. Lauren Pope, I would build you a castle on a hill brick by brick with my bare hands. In that castle, I'd build a room and a tower, and I'd cover it floor to ceiling with polished amber. Each piece placed perfectly to catch the streaming rays of dawn and break it into 1,000 golden shards. Shards that would dance and flit and slide over the obscene golden tautness of your naked ass.
I like that. All that imagery about bricks and everything, you know, kind of reminded me of like a prison, like a county prison you can't break out of because all the bricks. No. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Internet Superstar. I'd like to thank my friends Chris Truitt, Leo Laporte, and Coach Cole for stopping by.
You talk about, you didn't tell anybody about what I did with burning them boys out there because I ain't going back to county.
Dude, I'm not going to tell any. Uh-oh. You know, I probably shouldn't have sent out that tweet to all my Twitter followers about saying how you and then shot and burned them. A tweet? Oh, a tweet is this. A tweet is this cool communications method where by just typing in, you're limited to 140 characters, but I type it in there, and then in one fell swoop, I can send it to all the different people who are following me.
So you told a lot of people, didn't you?
I don't know.
I ain't going back to county.
I don't have as many.
I ain't going back to county. This Radiohead band ain't too bad, actually, man.